What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing you to me doing some leveling with Pypo action in... I have no idea what the fuck this is. What is this place? I can't remember. Good lord, it's been a long time. I do have a level 90 tank, though. Oh god, I like that. Hopefully that means it'll be fucking relaxing and Pypo doesn't have to worry about anything, although I am getting attacked immediately, which kind of scares me. But, what I want to talk about is... I'm trying to get back into these leveling videos. I recently actually went back and watched some of my older ones, and, I kind of got a little bit ahead of myself with these leveling videos. Like, it used to be just me talking about whatever the fuck I wanted to talk about and kind of chillaxing. And then all of a sudden I started using it to talk about topics like I do in PvP videos, and I wanted to kind of just go back to me just being me and talking about whatever the fuck I want to talk about in these things. He's from Frostmourne too. Oh my god, Frostmourne tank. I should ask him if he knows who Pypo is, because Pypo's on Frostmourne and he's amazing. But what I want to talk about in this video is obviously the kind of big thing that's happened in these last couple days, which is the Oculus Rift going to Facebook. Now, if you're unaware what the Oculus Rift is, it's pretty straightforward. It's like, it's the next, basically what everyone thinks is going to be the next step in technology, and especially in gaming, is the virtual reality. So what the Oculus Rift is a headset. You put it on your face, and then inside the mask, you see as if you're in another place. It's got the screens in there. It differentiates, so you're not seeing two different screens. It's like you're looking through one thing. It's like having glasses on, pretty much, so that you see something else. As well as the hardware that would come along with it would allow you to then, you know, have things on your hands that see your hands in the virtual reality and stuff like that. And leading up to this point, before the Facebook thing, a lot of people was like almost like 100% set on this being the next thing, the next step forward, the next gaming experience, the next everything. You know, there's a few things that come by every now and then that people just seem to grasp onto, and the Oculus Rift was definitely one of those things. Now, what the problem with this is, obviously, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You need competition. You need things to be competitive. It's good in a way for some people who can handle it to be left alone and to do what the fuck they want to do. Valve is a good example of this. Obviously, Valve they don't, like, when was the last time Valve made a game? Was it like Portal 2 or something? Like, that was a long time ago. But no one's worried about it. No one's like, well, has Valve stopped developing? No one worries about it, because they know Valve is 100%, you know, realistic. They're going to bring out shit when it's ready. They do what they do. You leave them alone. They produce quality stuff. Which for some people work. But for stuff like the Oculus Rift, where it's a new company, you kind of need competition to drive it forward and drive down prices. If, like, I was scared a little bit before this whole Facebook thing, that when it actually did finally come out, that it would be extremely expensive, just because it's the only thing like that. If there's no competition, why would they not have the price like sky high? So I was a little bit worried about it, but I was still hype. I was still extremely hype for virtual reality, because if you think about virtual reality and like really sit down and think about it, I don't think there's anywhere, like, where else can we go with gaming at this point in time? Like, I can't even think of like what's the next step forward. We already have like these fucking like 5K monitors and shit. You have all this stuff that looks amazing, it looks visually amazing, but you're gonna hit a peak soon where the amount of pixels almost like is indistinguishable on the screen. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have so much, like, the difference between 5K and 7K is like, it's gonna be hard for just the human eye to like recognize this difference in pixels. And because of this, I think once we're gonna hit like a diminishing returns point where it's like, okay, we've gone as far as we can with resolutions. We don't actually need to make it any higher whatsoever. Like, we're there now. Like, you know what I mean? And when that happens, oh wow, everyone is dying in this fucking. I gotta pay attention more. And once that happens, I think, like, we're definitely gonna turn to other things, because the weird thing about humans, the weird things about people, is that we all want to move forward. I'm the same with like making YouTube videos. If I haven't made 1 or 2 videos in a day, I feel like I'm going backwards. I feel like I've just absolutely gone the wrong direction. I'm not doing anything that I need to be doing. I'm about to fucking die here. Fantastic. Good lord. Man, I forgot. I haven't played this monk for a while. I need to learn how to play him again. So I was like super worried. Basically, whenever I don't make a video, that for some reason, this means I'm moving backwards with YouTube. I mean, I feel like I'm like fucking you guys over. I feel like I'm fucking everybody over, and I get really wound up in it. And to the point where, like, even if I have Kat down, if I have my girlfriend over, I still need to record even though she's here. Like, I feel like I can't take a break. You know what I mean? And because of this, it creates like a certain sense of urgency a lot when I make videos and stuff. I'm not complaining by any stretch of imagination. I love what I do and I enjoy doing it. And Kat's super supportive and supports me and tells me to do it. And she has no problem like just relaxing for 20 minutes, whatever it takes for me to record one video. But it's the same thing with every person ever who has ambitions. And the problem is with every single person in existence has ambitions. I shouldn't say it's a problem, but it just means that we always, 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 as a human race, want to move forward. So we're not going to hit like this 5K monitor bullshit and be like, oh, we're fine. We're there. We've arrived at where we need to be. We can stop. We can end what we're doing. It's never going to happen. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. That guy just died immediately. I don't even know what happened to that guy. And because it's never going to happen, we're always going to be moving forward, which means I think the reason like virtual reality popped up was because of this. That guy died as well. I don't even know how people are dying right now. I think they're standing and shit. And because of that, like, you really need to find other avenues to put your creativity and to put your fucking creative like mind into and your imagination into, which was going to be virtual reality. And for me, I honestly thought that was going to be the next step forward. And then this happened. And then all of a sudden, Facebook comes along and Facebook says, hey, I have a lot of money. You want money. Here's my money. I'll take this Oculus Rift. And that's pretty much what happened. I think it was for $2 billion. Don't quote me on this. I didn't like read I just kind of saw it and was like, I need to talk about this. So for about $2 billion, I think, they just bought basically all the rights to it. Now, what does this mean? Now, Facebook as a company is a software company. Like, a lot of people think of Facebook, and when they hear Facebook, they think just of Facebook. But they do other things, very infrequent things, but they do things like that. I think they made a phone at one point and stuff like that. They have made things, but none of it's been successful. The only successful thing being Facebook itself. And the way they make money on Facebook is through advertisements and microtransactions and stuff like this. I was through the various games and ads on their website. So the problem comes with people is that not only does Facebook have a poor track record with these sort of things, but they're also worried that even if somehow, besides all the odds, Facebook manages to produce a good product, if Facebook manages to produce something of quality, that means that even if they do that, there's a good chance that while you're playing these virtual reality games, while you're playing these things, while you're immersed in these worlds, because that's the whole point of virtual reality, is to get even further immersed into a surreal and amazing experience. If it's going to be as if like an ad will just pop up, like I'm in like a forest walking along, I can see my own hands, I'm touching trees, I'm moving stuff out of my way like this, and I'm maybe even I'm swimming, who fucking knows. I come across a tribesman that I'm talking to, his name's Haku Pichu, and I'm like, hey, Haku Pichu, like, let's have a conversation, tell me about this fucking magical world that I've just immersed myself in. And then you go on a fucking hunting adventure, and a lion jumps out from a fucking mountain to jump on your face, and you're fucking frightened. And right before it gets on your face, it's like, hey, this is what you look like when you got scared by a tiger. Do you want to share it on Facebook? Like, no. Like, I think that itself is what everyone is really afraid of, is Facebook fucking up and trying to integrate into Oculus Rift. Now, don't get me wrong, integration is it's a crucial thing these days. When there's I have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, fucking Tumblr. I have all these fucking things, right? Just for YouTube. I would love to be able to go to one website and hit this, and it goes to everything. I'd love to be able to do that. And a lot of times you can do this, and there's options to do that. Options are fantastic. Options are actually the best thing in existence. Give me more options. I will make use of these options if I need to do it. But as soon as you start putting it in, and it's like, if you force it on someone, obviously that's fucked up. Like, don't force anything on anyone. It's still fucked up even if it's like automatically on kind of thing. Like, I don't want to get into an Oculus Rift and then have to go through a shitload of settings to turn off the Facebook connectivity. Like, okay, good, I can turn it off, but it should be like hey, do you want to do this? This is how you do it. It's off by default. If you want to do it, here it is. Here's the option. No one can ever complain about having options. Like, that's not a thing. It's good. To have options, to be able to do stuff, it's good. It's fantastic. As long as it's not forced onto people, as long as it's not made to be that this is what you need to do, this is now going to be your experience. But for those guys out there who are like, oh no, the Oculus Rift is doomed and we're in some trouble here, don't be too scared, because at least what the Oculus did was it kind of made everyone interested again. What happened with virtual reality is it kind of was like a huge thing I think it was in the 80s or the 90s, where everything was like, oh, virtual reality is the future, and then it died. It just completely died, like went away, didn't exist anymore. And then all of a sudden it came back with Oculus Rift, and when it came back and like people realized how good it is, and by the way, you can easily YouTube people using the Oculus Rift to do things. I also should say the reason I was so hype is because I'm really into scary games. I'm like really into being afraid. That sounds fucked up, but I get a certain amount of adrenaline rush and a thrill from being afraid and being frightened. And I love it. I love it a lot. And I was super hyped to play a scary game on an Oculus Rift. Like that would have been the pinnacle for gaming for me. Would have been the situation where I can put on an Oculus Rift, and then, for instance, it just shows me my room. I can see my room, which is possible by having a camera on the front of the Oculus Rift. And then when I look around, I might even just wear the Oculus Rift and sit down and play WoW. But every time I look over my shoulder, I see a shadow behind me or something. You know, it's just something that makes me. It's like it's realistic and it's frightening and it's scary. And it gets to the point where like every time I look at my shoulder, it's a little bit closer. I kind of am catching slow like little glimpses of it. Like that to me, like that frightening experience would be one of the experiences that I would remember for the rest of my life and enjoy, made by virtual reality. But I got sidetracked. For you guys who are worried about this not being a thing anymore and virtual reality going away, there already are people like Sony who are starting to produce their own versions of the Oculus Rift. The Morpheus, I think it's called, which is, again, an amazing name. I love the fucking Matrix. Well, the first Matrix, I should say. What happened to the Matrix? What happened to the Matrix, like, really, like quick and fast? Like, the first movie of the Matrix was so good. And then the second and the third, like, it just went downhill, and there's weird shit, and there's bad CGI, and it was just some fucking bullshit going on. But the first movie was fantastic. I love Morpheus in it. Every time I see is it Idris Elba? I can't remember I can't remember the black actor's name is. I think it's Idris. I'm not too sure. Every time I see him, I think of Morpheus. It's a problem because I watch Hannibal now, and every time I'm watching Hannibal, I'm like, oh, it's fucking Morpheus. Like every single time, I just like, oh, it's Morpheus, cool. But basically, the Morpheus is a virtual reality face mask, a lot like the Oculus Rift. It's going to use the same sort of tech made for consoles, which is kind of annoying for me because if I'm going to use it, I'm going to be using it on a PC, and I'm going to want to enjoy it on a PC and have fun with it. Not to mention a PC I find is a lot more adaptable to this sort of hardware. But then again, if they make it for a console, it means its lifespan will be longer. You'll have to buy it a lot less. One of the things the Oculus Rift people were actually talking about doing was upgrading the hardware, like almost like an expansion. Like they upgraded like every single year to get better hardware, which just sounds to me like a cash grab. Like, hey, we want to upgrade it every year, so you have to buy a new one every year for like $500. It's like, no, that's not the way hardware should be used. Obviously, it's good for PCs because it's not like it's an it's an option, but you don't have to upgrade it. But the problem is with like hardware that you plug into a PC that gets upgraded. Usually, programs will run off that hardware, and like you'll have to update and get the new one, and it's a pain in the ass. I'm not too sure what the fuck these guys are trying to do. Like, are they trying to jump these things? I have no idea. So the Morpheus, again, should be able to revitalize this, even if Facebook manages to fuck it up entirely and completely. I think the Morpheus will be able to keep it alive, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if I saw something from Xbox as well, bring something out that was similar or even the exact same, just with an Xbox fucking logo on it. Again, competition, and Sony... Xbox can't really handle Sony having the only virtual reality like mask on the market. Like the Xbox would have to reply in kind. I mean, we've seen it time and time again with, for instance, like the Move controllers or the Kinect. It's like each time one company brings out something, the other one almost counter fucking says, oh, but we also have this and we also have this. It's the same with Google and Bing. Google's the big guy. He does it well, but Bing's there just as competition. It's always going to be this way with any kind of big company or corporation. And it's good. It's good because it brings down prices. But I think as long as this still sticks around, we don't have to stop hoping. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that's already stopped production because it was being produced specifically for the Oculus Rift. But you got to remember the Oculus Rift wasn't finished yet. It was not a thing that was done. It was not completed. It was just still in a beta format. But you could actually buy it, and you could actually test it for them. I wish I had the price for you guys off the top of my head, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was an expensive piece of hardware that was fucking amazing. I was really looking forward to, and they kind of just went and said, "Here, like, can you blame people for taking large amounts of money?" Like, because I almost don't want to blame them because of it just seems like I would do the same. Like I'd want to say personally, like, oh no, I would. The product would be my baby. I had made the product. I would look after it. I would make sure that it gets the love it deserves. I'll make sure it becomes like the actual future of gaming, and that everyone will be able to enjoy it. Not to mention, if I do that, I'll probably make more money down the road and that sort of thing. That would be awesome. And I'd love to say that I do that, but at the same time, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, here's $1 billion. Like, here's just $1 billion bucks. We're gonna take this thing you worked on, and we're gonna give you $1 billion. You can live happy for the rest of your life, do whatever you want. You can do, like, you live in 7 different mansions, and just have your kids and your children's children will be extremely happy. You can spend the rest of your life making YouTube videos and not worrying about money for the rest of your life." I probably would say, okay, give me the fucking money, and I'm gonna run the fuck out of here and go buy a fucking whale and ride a whale around in the ocean because I can afford to do that. You know what I mean? And because of that, I feel like an asshole, but at the same time, I can't blame them for fucking doing this. You know what I mean? I can't be like, oh, these guys are fucking assholes for taking a $2 billion. But at the same time, a company kind of has an obligation to do so. Like, I'm just a person. I'm like, the way I'm speaking about it and I'm talking about it is almost like I'm saying, well, if I wrote a book and the book went viral, and someone said, hey, I want to buy all the rights to your book for $1 million bucks. For me, that's an easy issue because I'm not fucking anyone over by selling that book. It's still there. It's still in its 100% like correct form. I'm just selling the rights to it. Whereas Oculus Rift, it's like you're designing a piece of software that you're like, I think it was a Kickstarter as well. I'm not too sure. Like, people have invested in you. People have given you money, and they've helped you and done all this stuff for you with the intentions of you continuing forward with this product and making it good and making it so it continues to be on the right path and continue to be amazing and potentially great. And then as soon as you get like the first offer, like a shitload of money, you just take it. You just take it and run. So I think like it's different for like the different obligation kind of things that like a person actually has when dealing with certain things. I'm getting messaged by a guy named Aries here because he's actually oh god, this bug, fantastic. Oh no, oh god, that scared me for a little bit. I was like, that's gonna stick there. But let's just stop talking about the Oculus Rift for a second because I want to talk about Diablo as well for just a moment. Diablo was a game that when I started playing it, I thought it was the worst game in the world. Not the worst game, that's strong, but it was buggy. There's a lot of errors, like error 37. I mean, everyone's seen fucking Boogie's video about it, and I experienced it day one when I tried to play the game. And then the game itself wasn't fantastic. In fact, it was pretty much broken, and the auction house thing was fucked. Everything that could have been wrong with that game was pretty much wrong with that game. And there was a lot of issues, a lot of problems. And I immediately kind of lost a little bit of faith in Blizzard. But I should have remembered that Blizzard as a company are very good at patching their sorry. They're very good at patching, they're very good at moving forward with something and like fixing shit. And for me, like, I should have recognized that this is an issue that will be fixed for like later on. And ever since they've patched the game and brought out this new this new Diablo expansion, I've never been messaged so much by people to pick up a game and play it. I'm not even joking. Like, I've been asked to play certain games. I've been asked to play Terra Online, Guild Wars 2. I've been asked to play a lot of things. I've never been asked so much in my life to play Diablo 3 and the new expansion. Like, it's just a thing that everyone's like, hey, you need to play this. Like, this is a thing you need in your life, and you need experience. I haven't picked it up yet, but I do plan on picking it up eventually. I'm currently actually I'm in the process of waiting for. I'm building a PC. But the reason I'm building a PC is because Kat, if you didn't know, lives a fair way away from me. We're in a. I hate calling it a long distance relationship. It's not like we don't see each other. It's just that we don't see each other on a daily basis. Like, for instance, like, when I have some spare time, she has some spare time, go up to their place, or just go and spend like the weekend there or whatever, and spend like weekends and time together. But after that, it's a fair distance away. But because of where she lives, she can actually get better internet than what I have and have access to. So actually using her internet, maybe, I'm not too sure yet, I might be able to stream for you guys. If you're unaware currently of what happens when I try to stream, it's usually Kate's PC in America, and it's just me on Skype talking to her and having fun and streaming, which is fine. But again, I know you guys would prefer to actually be watching me play the game, watching the Hunter gameplay, watching like my cam and having no fucking lag and no bullshit and no fuck arounds. So I've been trying to get that to work for you guys, to be able to stream for you guys, like actively and continuously for the last like month or so. And I finally decided that her net probably, hopefully, is good enough to stream with. So I've actually invested in buying a new PC, and I'm going to build a PC for my house, for making WoW videos, editing and rendering. And then I'm going to take the PC I currently have up to Cats and leave it there, and hopefully every time I go to a place, be able to stream some fucking quality WoW for you guys. And while I've been waiting for this PC, I've had pretty much no money because I spent it all on this PC. Every time I do like anything, I have a real problem where like I'll look at something and I'll be like, this is good enough. This right here is a good enough system. This is quality. But for $50 more, you get this, and then I do that with each fucking individual part, and all of a sudden I'm spending like $1,200, and it's like. Yeah, so that's actually about the amount I spent on a PC, was about $1,200. I'm actually, a lot of people hate on PC gaming because of how much it costs and how much you have to spend just to kind of get a decent like rig. I honestly believe I could spend probably like $800 and have a good PC that would last me like 2 to 3 years. Like it's just because they're always upgrading parts. Old parts that are amazing are now cheap. If I wanted to build the PC I have right now that I spent like $1,300 on like 3 years ago, I could probably build it for like $600. Like, especially since like I have a case already. Like if I just wanted to buy all the parts again without the case, I'm spending like literally like maybe $500. Like it's not that big of a deal. And a lot of people think that's horrible, but you gotta remember you're buying this for a long-term like thing, and you're saving money on games. A lot of people don't realize that PC games, especially Steam, it's a lot cheaper than spending money on console games. Especially once in Australia, for some reason, console games cost like $100, like literally $100 for one fucking game. Like it's ridiculous. It's one of the main reasons I bought a PC, is because I saw those Steam prices and I was like, I need to get on that fucking Steam right now and just start buying every game I've ever wanted. Because as of right now, there's nothing I can do. The way I used the game was I had a PS3 and I'd buy one game every like 4 months. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, one game. I'd play the shit out of it. I mean, sure, I'm maybe a bit like worse off in that respect now, as to where I might play a game only halfway through and be like, oh, I'm bored of this, or I might get a game just to try it out, and then I'm like, oh, I'm done with this. I don't want to play any more of this. But the good thing is I have that option. As a console gamer, it was like I remember buying a game that I didn't like. I just bought it off of reviews and like a Let's Play that I watched. I was like, that looks like fun. I'll buy it and I'll play it. And when I played it, I don't know what it was. I can't even remember what the game was. I just didn't enjoy it whatsoever. And I still played the fucking shit out of it. I won 100% of the game. It's just because that's the one game I have for that month. And even though I didn't like the game, I still enjoyed completing it. I still got the gaming experience from it. Whereas now with PCs, it's like I only play a game if I 100% enjoy this game. Which is, I guess, that's the way it should be, but that's just not the way it is a lot for like console gamers. Sorry, like you just buy a game and then you play it. Especially when you're a kid and you don't have the option of like if you don't have any money, or you just don't have the option of choosing what game you are. You're just playing like gifts you got for Christmas or your birthday or some shit like that. So yeah, I'm gonna probably pick up Diablo once I have like everything set. There's so much just going on right now, and I'm trying to like get through it all. And I just that was actually a really good thing. So it's out of mana. And I've just been quickly trying to get through everything. Like I'm trying to get the PC. I'm trying to get stuff with Cats. I'm trying to like pull out like a shitload more videos. I'm trying to like organize videos that like I haven't done before. I'm looking into doing Let's Plays of games that I might like to do. And then man, every time I think about doing anything on my channel, I second guess myself 1,000 times, just because I know that why like the majority of you guys subscribe is for hunter content. And I know that's why like you guys are here, but Mist of Pandaria, you gotta realize, is at its end. You know what I mean? Like at least for me, I'm ready for Warlords like 117,000%. Like as soon as Warlords comes out, and I fucking hope I get the beta, by the way. As soon as Warlords comes out, I'm going to be 100% back into WoW. But as of right now, I'm kind of just running around Silvermoon on a glimpse on my like 90 rogue. I'm just chilling out. I'm not really doing anything. Or I'm capping each week to get gear for my hunter, but then I'm not actually even playing the hunter after I get the gear, you know what I mean? Like, I literally play WoW to record, and then I'll get on to, say, maybe talk to Cat, maybe level with Cat, or, like, talk to a few of my buddies, and then I'll get off. And I mean, I have some free time now because of it. It means like I can actually render and edit a lot more videos. That's kind of where I put all my extra time, is into making more videos and more WoW stuff for you guys. I also wanted to ask you guys, sorry, this video has been full of a lot of stuff, but I wanted to ask you guys if my schedule is okay. I'm super worried about flooding you guys with content. I'm not too sure how much content is too much. I mean, I know that's obviously like a better question to be saying than I'm not putting up enough. Like, that's never going to be a problem for me. Like, I have no problem just uploading videos every day and getting it done. But I wanted to know, like, is it too much? Do you guys want me to not upload 7 times a week? I mean, I'm uploading even more than 7 times a week now with my leveling videos and me and Cat playing like Outlast and stuff like that. A lot of the times I may be uploading 8 to 9 times a week. Just like every now and then I'll put up 2 videos a day instead of 1. And I was really worried about, is this like flooding you guys? Is your sub box just full of Pypo being a fucking idiot? Should I slow it down? Should I not do as much for you guys? I really, like, I want your opinion on this because I'm super worried about flooding you guys. Like, I know it's a big issue. That's why I try to make every video like lengthy, and again, it's options. I feel like as long as it's there, you have the option. Fucking Steve. As long as it's there, I feel like you have the option to watch it. You don't have to watch it, then it's okay-ish. But at the same time, I don't want you to just be like, every time you get onto fucking YouTube, you're just like, oh, here's 17 Pypo videos, you know. So I really don't want to flood you guys. But yeah, probably look forward to some Diablo content soon. It depends really on how good streaming becomes. Because if I can actually stream from Cat's place, I will be putting up 1 video a day regularly, and then in between editing and rendering, I'll be streaming pretty much 24/7. And if I'm not there to stream, I'll have Cat on the PC streaming, and I'll just be playing with Cat, which I hope you guys are okay with. By the way, I have to clear something up just for you few guys that are a bit confused about it. Cat and Kate are 2 completely different people. I've seen this time and time again where people are like, you know, why did you break up with Kate and get with Cat or some shit like this, or you're super worried about stuff happening. Kate is an American buddy of mine that we just play WoW together, like we're just friends, and have been for a little while now, and she's the one that helps me stream and all that kind of stuff. And Kat is my girlfriend who lives in Australia with me, and this is the one that I'm trying to set up with a better PC and internet. So that's just a little bit of confusion there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole Oculus Rift and Morpheus thing. Let me know what you think about the leveling with Pypo videos, if you need more of them, if you like this kind of relaxed, talking about just whatever the fuck comes to my mind sort of thing, or if you want the more, you know, when I get to a video, I have a topic and I just talk about that one topic and don't like go off topic at all. And let me know if you actually do, let me know if you would watch streams, because I feel like, I don't know if YouTube transfers over to streaming, or if like if I have the same amount of viewers on YouTube, are you guys gonna come watch me on a stream if I stream? I'm not too sure how it like translates. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day, have a good year, and I'll see you maybe in the next living video. I don't know. Have a good, see you later, guys. Come to your sentence, Papa.